My name is Maciej Wanicki. I'm from Wielosfer, Wrocław, and I'm also from Beyond the Wood, which I started a couple of months ago with Zula and Project. This presentation will be mostly about gadgets that could or could not be used in LARPs. As you may have heard on the previous presentation, I'm a very big fan of gadgets. I like the concept of using technology in LARPs because I'm a gamist. I like when the rules are simple and plain for everyone. So, for example, if I can have an application that will, for example, always be telling the right amount of life that my character has, and this application on my mobile phone, which I have, will be connected to a bigger system that will, for example, if there is fire in the room where I'm in, and there's only lights and smoke that we can do in LARPs, right? Because we're not going to put the whole room on fire, maybe, I hope so, at least. And I like the concept that when I look at the application, it will tell me, you are burned, you need to go to see the doctor, or something like that. So I'm this kind of guy, and I'm looking for those kind of things. Mostly, I first think of a problem, and then how to resolve the problem. And this presentation will be something different, because I will show you the gadgets, basically. If you were last year on this presentation, which also had some gadgets, I will briefly try to summarize them, because they're still cool and they didn't move that much forward in the past year. Okay, the presentation is still downloading. Okay, so the few things that I think that are very interesting for LARPs is the thing that's augmented reality. This is the process when you, with some device, can add some content to a scene that you have. For example, if you look at this room, right now I see a bunch of people, but if I have a telephone or some kind of overlay on my eyes, that will also show me the things that aren't there, but in LARP they are there. For example, ghosts that I don't see, but my special magic ghost vision glasses tell me where they are. I can see them and I can react to them. I can catch them. You know, I will also show you an app that I found that's actually a game where you can deploy ghosts on the area that you are on and you can hunt them. It's based on GPS and navigation, and you can do it on your mobile phones. It's not too pretty, but it works. Okay, just 40 more seconds. Okay, so that's augmented reality. And in the what I'm going to show you next, first thing that there is this cool free application that's called Aurasma. I don't know if you heard about it, but you can find it in the internet on YouTube. It's pretty simple. You can download it for free, and you can make things like you take a picture of something, like the picture of that banner over there, and you put an augmented 3D or 2D animation or a text or a website or something, and when someone points at this banner or any banner that looks like that, he will see this content. So, for example, a couple of months ago, we made a game on a convention that was very casual. The players only had this Aurasma application, and they were running and looking for clues, because it was samurai versus ninja, and the samurai were looking for the clues where ninja were. So this is what they can do. They watched movies of assassinations, and they could forward the game in some direction that they wanted. So Aurasma is free and it's cool. You can see it wherever you want. And then Google Glasses are not right now a viable solution to the things I told you about. Also, last year I showed something that is called space glasses, and they are, I think, at least when I was looking at them. Tak, prezentację powinno. A, jest wino. Aha, tutaj z kolei nie ma. Okay. 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 Skopiuj, a tak. Okay. So what else? Space dashes are very expensive, and they're still not as good at recognizing things as we would like. So right now on the market there is this, you all heard about Oculus Rift, right? This device for gaming that you put on your head and you have the VR like we were promised in the 1990s. So big companies like Samsung and also smaller startups are making something different. It's a headset where you actually put your smartphone. So Samsung only does Samsung Galaxy Note 4, so it's not optimal for everyone. But I have found a cool solution that costs, I don't remember what, but I will see it in the presentation in a moment, that can do most of the smartphones. And they have special lens, so when you put it on, you feel like, I don't know, 80 or 90% of your vision is on the what smartphone is looking, but also there is a specific application for the smartphone. It looks as it's real, so it looks like you are sitting in front of a very big screen. So that's one of the things I will show in a moment. Also, those applications are very good at recognizing patterns. Focus slide. All right. So I'll skip. I'll be back here. So this is our Rasma and augmented reality, and in this video you can see how an augmented reality app pointed at something technical. It's some kind of a pump. This is some kind of a pump. It's and it is responsibly looking at different parts of the pump. It's telling you where to unscrew, what to open in order to make the whole maintenance process of the pump. Okay, the films are not working here, but they should work from the folder. Go to the folder, and we'll go this one's first. Yes, so the application sees the various points on the pump. It tells you what to do next. So it can be used in some kind of mechanical things when you don't have the expertise to do something, but you have the app that gives you this expertise, basically. So that's one thing. Yes, you can see where to unscrew, what to do. It's also 300 degrees, so if he is walking around this device, he sees exactly what he needs to see. Also, I saw applications which were dedicated to some company where the maintenance worker inside the application, if he had to open the pump and measure something, if it's diagonal is right or it's clean enough, he could inside the application put notes that were directly streamed to the system, so he didn't have to process it anywhere else. All right. I'll show you also something which I think is cool, and it's Polish. I don't have the film with me because it's from last year and I didn't think that I took too long. This is Layer Display System. It's a system that emulates a hologram like we saw in Star Wars. It's based on steam and water. They currently have two models. The first one, the smaller one, is about TV sized. The bigger one is 3 meters long and 2.5 meters high. It's fully responsible, so if you put a map on this model, on this holographic screen, and you swipe your hands, then the map moves, and you can interact with it. Right now they are working on application to have some better head movement recognition, so that the animation is more tracked to your eyes and looks more freely, because this is now still two-dimensional. You can rent it for one day at about $1,200 and the bigger one about $4,000 a day, I believe. All right. This is also a cool application from best Polish startup last year, I believe. This is called Dice Plus, and it's mainly not for us. It's not for larpers, but this is a small dice that looks like a normal gaming dice, but it has all those motion detection sensors inside, accelerometer sensors that enable you to track the position of the dice. So I can imagine it being used for some kind of larps with augmented reality, where you can put the dice on something, for example, on a magic wand in a Harry Potter game. And when moving the wand and casting spells, it will track your movement, and if the spell is right, the whole scenery is on fire. So lights are on, they're red. It's cool. It's also very, all those applications that I'm showing you and systems have a huge support for developers. So if you want to develop any kind of application for it, you can do it. Mostly it's based on Unity, I believe, engine. All right. This is the AR helmet I told you, that you can put your phone inside. They have Wi-Fi. They work with most smartphones. Their lenses are adjustable, so if you have different, if you don't see properly, you can manage the problem. It's about $80 per one, so that's, I think, not that much. This is a smart pen. Many of you maybe heard about it, but I think it's still some interesting thing. Mostly because you can give it to someone, and when someone writes something, you as the game master will see it on your screen. So you can react properly. I have an idea, for example, for you're writing some question on a book, and then you see the answer. On what? You would ask? On something called e-paper. Right now it's in development phase, so when I show you the clip in a second, it doesn't look that good yet. But I think it's just a matter of time, because as you see, it's very, very thin. It's black and white right now. You can put it on the side and they seamlessly move to a bigger picture. It also has applications like tablets, so it's touchable. You can write on it, you can reply on emails, do all this kind of stuff. We'll see in a moment. Yes, there's a map. You can read, you can write, you can watch films on it. Doesn't look too good yet, but as I said, a matter of time. Now he's drawing. Okay. Also, the next the next big thing, as I would say, would be this one. This is the Muse brain sensing headband. So for about $300, you can buy yourself a headband that actually knows what you're, maybe doesn't know what you're thinking about, but the basic purpose of this thing is to stimulate calming and meditation. So they figured out an application that is, you'll see it in a moment. Okay, we're gonna have some. Nie ma dźwięku. Okay, dobra, to nie ma problemu. Okay, so basically what you see here, he's right now talking about how the app works, but basically it fixes to your brainwaves, so it establishes a pattern of how you work. Then it does all the necessary calculations.
Through use of focused breathing techniques, the app helps you reach a meditative state. The environment in which it tracks your progress in real time is a B2C. The Muse headband, developed by Interaxon, is an EEG device designed to pair with your iPhone, iPad, or Android device to help you train your brain to better manage stress and stay calm and focused. It starts with getting a baseline, as everyone's brain and brain waves are different. The app directs you to focus on a few categories for a minute, and then guides you into the meditation section. Through use of focused breathing techniques, the app helps you reach a meditative state. The environment in which it tracks your progress in real time is a beach scene, with calming wave and wind sounds. As your brain becomes more active, the weather in the scene becomes stormy and the winds pick up. In my experience, this is the best feature. I've practiced mindfulness meditation for a few years on and off, and it's sometimes difficult to recognize when your mind wanders off track. This real-time monitoring subtly makes you aware of your brain activity and lets you guide yourself back into a calm state. The app turns the process into a game, awarding points for time spent calm. As you use Muse more, the app displays insights about you, such as what time of day you're calmest, what length sessions are best for you, or even what days seem to be the most common.
Alright, I'm gonna show you one last thing, I believe. It's going to be something, an application I found about that ghost I told you earlier. It's SpecCheck. Unfortunately, it's in Russian, but I couldn't find anything remotely, even English.
Привет, дорогие друзья! Первую игру, которую мы будем смотреть, это SpecCheck. Здесь есть три варианта текста. Мы будем играть быструю, 15 минут.
Put in information what kind of area you want, how many ghosts, how long you want to play.
Так, вот у нас загружается карта, и на карте мы видим призраков. Че, за каким мы погонимся? Давай вот за этими тремя.
Который поближе, я не знаю, давай.
Давай.
Ты вообще расскажи людям, в чем суть игры.
Ну, суть игры это...
Чтобы он заметил, почему их там, за что требуют, по-моему, 45 рублей. Что, есть они поблизости?
Я не вижу.
Ищи.
Вова.
Близко он, далеко?
218 пунктов. Или футов.
Футов.
215 ну, где-то там. Смотри, вот этого призрака мы заметили. Вот это вот. Давай посмотрим.
Делаем близко, далеко.
Вот, смотри. То, что ты его сейчас мог поймать.
Он уже близко, что ли, можно ловить?
Да. Все, поймал.
Поймал.
And the ghost stops.
То мы достаточно быстро поймали, обычно за ним приходится бегать.
Так, давай.
Yeah, there's also ingress that Google made, that you are wandering around the city and looking for some pylons of energy, if I think some of you may hear about it, and you can sightsee, by the way. Alright, so I don't know how many time we've left, because there's no one here else beside me. Or any English players want to go to see the city? I can go, but I'm not that much of a player in English. Okay. Okay, let's see if I told you about everything. Yes, it's dice plus the Aurasma and augmented reality, the IR helmets, the smart pen, the e-paper, and Muse brain sensing headband. Okay, any questions? Okay.
When will you make a LARP with these gadgets that we can play?
Okay, right now I'm in Space Quest and I'm soaked, and dice will be probably for the better part of this year, but I want to make a little cyberpunk game in the next year. It will be made with me and Bartek Joa, and it will be in Wrocław, but I'm not allowed to tell anything about it because it's still in conceptual phase. But I think that in 2 months we will give you more details if the project would be a go.